Now, this is something I've been getting a ton. Hey Dalaran, do you know that Subtlety is getting nerfed and the Shadow Strike is going to be melee? Whoa, there's no point in playing Subtlety. It's gone, the dream is gone. I don't believe it. It is on the patch notes for 7.1, but I just simply don't believe it. There's a bunch of other ludicrous things getting added, like ability of stab for assassination, which sounds like a dispatch of sorts. So like dispatch with no health threshold. So like, what? Is assassination damage going to be nerfed so then dispatch can be added? What is this? And then Shadow Strike is melee? Impossible. I call BS on that. I mean, when you look at the patch 7.1 notes, actually there's a lot of changes that have been done way back in the beta. So when you're looking at all the changes, I'm just thinking like, why are they having all these changes? Some of them are way back from the beta, and then all these other changes just don't make sense. And I decided to simply just do my research and make a video for you guys. Ignore the clickbaity title, it is there to get your attention, just so everybody's informed, because I keep getting it every single day. Everybody and their mother tells me, hey Dalaran, Subtlety is getting nerfed, melee range Shadow Strike. No, I don't believe it. So what I decided to do, I decided to level a character on PTR. As I'm leveling character PTR, the first thing I notice is Stab. It is a placeholder leveling ability. Stab is going to be an ability you will be leveling with instead of Mutilate or Backstab or Saber Slash. It is replaced to Backstab if you go Subtlety, it is replaced to Saber Slash if you go Outlaw, and eventually, as an Assassination Rogue, it gets replaced into Mutilate. So Assassination Rogues will level with Stab. The reason for this, and this is my personal opinion, is to slow down the Rogue gameplay. Stab is basically Sinister Strike. It is 40 energy, 1 command point, and deals moderate damage. So the idea is to slow down the leveling for a Rogue in Legion in order to give yourself a bit of a better impression and experience, because if a fight takes a little bit longer, you appreciate it a little bit more and you get this almost like vanilla-esque feel. So I feel like it's actually kind of a good idea. Plus with all some of the other changes they did for leveling, it makes leveling a little bit more enjoyable, in my opinion. I actually ended up, taking 2 hours to... Did I take 2 hours? I think it took literally 2 hours, leveling from level 1 to 10 on the PTR just to do this video. And that's just the amount of prep work that I had. And without heirlooms, it actually took quite some time, but it was very enjoyable every single time you scored a kill and didn't die. Second thing I decided to do is copy over my main rogue, swap into Alliance on a gnome to test out Subtlety and Shadow Strike. As you can see, Shadow Strikes still teleport you. So then it makes me think, okay, so I knew for certain that the Shadow Strike as a melee ability is going to be BS. But then why was it in the patch notes? You know, there's got to be a reason for it. There's got to be something that makes sense out of it. Why would the Shadow Strike is melee? Is that something going to be applied later? Is it something that's going to be applied in the next patch update? Is it just something Blizzard is testing? Is it something that actually might become reality? I still don't believe it though. But you know, whatever is possible. I just looked at my spellbook, I looked at my talents, I was trying to figure out what could this be. And none of it made sense. I couldn't find anything off of the character. So what I decided to do is go back to the leveling. Maybe at level 10, if I swap Subtlety, I'll unlock a few things. Because while I was leveling, I saw this passive for Sprint. Sprint is going to be a 2-minute cooldown in 7.2. But you get a passive where it reduces it by 60 seconds. So it goes back to a 1-minute cooldown. So then it's like, maybe there's other passives like this, so I'll just keep on leveling. So I think what Blizzard's trying to do, like with a sprint, 2-minute cooldown, and stab for assassination, is to slow down the leveling a little. Another thing, while I was leveling on the PTR, I discovered that the camera zoom out is much larger than it used to be. I was kind of just trying to mess around with zooming out fully, zooming back to where I normally have it, zooming out fully, zooming back to where I normally have it, and you guys can see kind of the differences, right? This is fully zoomed out. This is fully zoomed out and you could see a hell of a lot, almost like how you could before Legion came out. And after Legion came out, they toned down the whole zoom out capability, which I kind of like the place where they have it at, because I didn't really like the game being fully zoomed out. But this was a bit disorienting, but it did allow a player, like let's say a raiding player or a PvP player, to see a lot more of the screen, a lot more of the icons and characters at play. So it does give you a little bit of advantage. I'm not sure if they'll keep it off of PTR into live game, but we'll see in the future. Another thing I discovered while leveling is if you get a gear, or if you get a piece of gear that has a better item level, it'll have an arrow up, a green arrow up, showing you that it is an upgrade. So that is kind of nice for somebody who has a really massive bags and to be able to find like really nice upgrades for gear and miss it and sometimes even sell it, which I've done before in the past. And just having that a little bit extra UI addition is nice with all the clutter that we're getting of like all the different gear in Legion especially. So that's going to be a nice welcome change, just a quality of life thing. Now for the big one. The next one is I actually had to level all the way to level 10 to figure this out and record this for you guys. Is Shadow Strike becoming melee? Yes. Until a certain level. So I kind of had a hunch that maybe they might have done the same thing after I saw that sprint passive that you get eventually as Assassination Rogue, and you get same thing for Subtlety. Eventually you do get a melee range Shadow Strike while you level, or while you're lower level, but eventually it does become this ranged ability with 15 yards. So Subtlety Rogues are going to be just fine. So I literally made this video for anybody who was like losing their fucking minds, like, oh my god, Subtlety is getting nerfed, what? And it's like, no, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. And I didn't believe it, and my not believing made this video. It spawned this video. So everybody playing Subtlety, cool your jets, chill, have some chill, you're gonna be just fine. This is just a leveling thing. Everybody who's playing Assassination, you're not getting dispatched, I'm sorry, I kind of miss it too. And that's really about it. So all of your fears hopefully have been quelled. Hopefully I was able to shed some light on the situation. And hopefully you guys enjoy this video. My name is Darren. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the content I was able to bring to you today. Let me know what you think in the comments below on everything that you saw. And I'll see you guys in the next video.